Hello friends, my name is Bhujbal Pratisha. So today I am going to talking about digestive system and respiratory system. So first of all, talking about the digestive system. So digestive system is a complex and highly organized system in human body which is responsible for the breaking down of food into nutrients that can be absorbed and used as a energy for growth and repair. It consists of series of organs and structures that work together to achieve a essential function. So first of all, digestive system is divided into two parts, that is gastrointestinal tract and second one is the accessory digestive tract. So first of all, gastrointestinal tract contain first one is the mouth. So talking about the mouth, digestion begins with the mouth. The salivary glands produces saliva which contains enzyme like amylase that break down carbohydrates into a simple sugar. Then teeth mechanically break down food into a smaller pieces through chewing. Then second one is the pharynx, that is throat and esophagus. For after chewing the food form in a ball like mass which called as a bolus, which is then swallowed. Then the bolus travels through the pharynx and into the esophagus, a muscular tube connecting the mouth to the stomach. Then peristalsis, that is rhythmic muscular contraction, pushes the bolus downward through the esophagus towards the stomach. Then third one is the stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped organ with highly acidic gastric juices that helps to break down proteins. Then stomach also churn food, mix it with the gastric juices to form a semi-substances called as an enzyme. Then pepsin. Pepsin is an enzyme in the stomach, begins the digestion of proteins. Then the stomach's acidic environment kills many harmful bacteria may be present in the food. Fourth one is the small intestine. Now talking about the small intestine. The small intestine is the primary site of nutrient absorption and further digestion. Then it receives a chyme from the stomach and mixes it with the digestive enzyme from the pancreas and bile from the liver. Enzyme in the small intestine break down carbohydrates, proteins and fats into their simple forms, that is glucose, amino acids and fatty acids. Then villi and microvilli, tiny finger-like projection lining the walls of the small intestine which increases the surface area of absorption. Then fifth one is the large intestine. The large intestine is responsible for absorbing water and electrolytes from the remaining undigested food, turning it into a feces. Then last one is the rectum and anus. The rectum stores a feces until they are ready to expel. When the rectum is full, nerve signals trigger the defecation reflex leading to the elimination of waste through the anus. Then seventh one is the accessory organs. Accessory organs including liver, gallbladder and pancreas play important role in digestion. Liver produces bile which stored in the gallbladder and releases into a small intestine to emulsify fats. Then pancreas secrete a digestive enzyme which is called as a enzyme like lipase, protease and amylase into the small intestine to further breakdown of nutrients. That's all about the digestive system. Now talking about the respiratory system. A respiratory system is a complex biological system responsible for exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the body and the environment. It consists of various organs and structures that work together to facilitate the crucial processes. So the organs involved in the respiratory system. First one is the nasal cavity. So the respiratory system begins with the nasal cavity. Nasal passage are lined with the mucous membrane and tiny hair-like structure called as a cilia that filters the humidity and incoming air. The sense of smell is also associated with the nasal cavity. Then second one is the pharynx, that is throat. Pharynx is a common passage for the respiratory and digestive system. It serves a junction where air from the nasal cavity and mouth meets with the food from the mouth and directing them into their respective pathways. Then third one is the larynx, that is voice, that is we can call it as a voice box. The larynx contain the vocal cords which vibrates to produce a sound when air passages over them. Then larynx also prevent food and liquids from entering the airway during swallowing. Then fourth one is the trachea. The trachea tube is composed of a cartilage rings that transport air from the larynx to the lungs. Then it is lined with the cilia and mucus producing cells that trap and remove foreign particles. Then fifth one is the bronchial tree. Then the trachea branches into bronchi on leading to each lungs. This bronchi further divided into smaller bronchial tubes. Bronchial tree is responsible for conducting air deep into the lungs. Then sixth one is the lungs. Lungs are the primary respiratory organs. Right lungs has 3 lobes, while left lung has 2 lobes which accommodate the heart. Within the lungs, the bronchial tubes continue to branch into smaller tubes and bronchioles which end in the tiny sacs called as alveoli. Seventh one is the alveoli. Alveoli are where the actual exchange of gases are occur. That is, oxygen is taken up by the bloodstream and carbon dioxide is releases into alveoli to be exhaled. Then eighth one is the diaphragm. Diaphragm is a muscular sheath located beneath the lungs. When contracts and flattens, it increases the volume of thoracic cavity and causes inhalation by creating vacuum that draws into the lungs. Then relaxation of the diaphragm results in exhalation as it returns its dome shape, compressing the lungs and expelling air. Then ninth one is the accessory muscles. During heavy force breathing, additional muscles such as intercostal muscles between the rib assist in explaining and contracting the chest cavity. Then 10th one is the respiratory control center. The respiratory system is regulated by the brain stem, specifically the medulla oblongata and pons. This center monitors the level of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood. That's all about the respiratory system. Thank you so much.